Everybody live?
I think so.
Can you hear me, Jody?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm seeing about maybe half to 2/3 of the committee members are back on. Looks like some of them are reconnecting.
Yeah, this is what we did last time. It worked.
Well, you usually give very good, thorough answers. So,
I can, if I had a clock, I could see like my time is coming up and cut it short. Yeah, there we go.
okay. Does it appear? It looks like just about everybody's back on. I don't see Alan or Gary.
We got a few more still. I love how Larry's little box says owner. You guys see that?
Yeah, I see that.
The landowner. Right.
I guess it just changes to whoever's talking and shows their screen.
Jody,
Yeah, you can change.
Jody,
in the
can you
upper
see
right-hand
everybody
corner.
in your screen?
Yeah, I can see them to the right, and then when someone's talking, it flips.
Yeah.
Or if there's any noise, it seems like it flips to that person.
Yeah.
And occasionally, it just goes blank. But right now, I can see. Okay. All right. Well, but yeah, it's working.
Okay. Go ahead, Doug.
I was just going to say that you can change the view in the upper right-hand corner. There's a little thing that looks like a number pad. You click on that and you get everybody, and it doesn't keep moving around on you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. It looks like just about everybody is back. So, and ask our fourth question. This one is geared towards Jessica. Jessica, if you and Jody were to partner with Pine Tree, or areas of ministry do you see yourself participating in with respect to the church? So how would you view your role if y'all were to partner with us at Pine Tree?
Well, I guess my background, my degree is in education, so I enjoy teaching, but I enjoy teaching younger kids. I've taught ladies classes, and I can do that. I just don't always feel 100% confident in doing that. I guess I just get nervous speaking in front of people. I like to teach. I also enjoy meeting with people and kind of, we have 2 kids, so I'm always looking for people to maybe mentor me, or, other moms that are in my same season of life, that we can get together and share, struggles or hardships with raising kids, and be able to get together and do things together, like play dates. So I'm very interested in that. And also, I think here at Northridge, I've tried to be involved in the education classes and also other ladies ministries that the church has going on, whether it be throwing a shower or taking food to families who are in need, or helping when we host funerals, like serve the families who are eating. So that's kind of how I'm involved. I'm always looking for other ways to be involved. It is kind of hard sometimes because we do have 2 small kids, so I can't make it to everything, and I try to do what I can, even taking them along with me. So that's also another area where I would like to hear from other people, maybe at the church, and see kind of what their expectations are But also, just keeping in mind that for right now, this season of life, I try to do everything I can, but I can't be at everything. So, but I'm always looking for ways to, connect with other ladies at church and just, try to grow spiritually with other people as we, go on this journey. And hopefully, with doing that things, I can build relationships with people in the church and also the other ministries that y'all work with outside of, the church building. We've read on the website in that packet that you sent about different ministries. So I'd be interested to be involved in those too, volunteering at, I can't remember the names of them. I think the Highway 80 mission.
Yes.
And I think there's another one, Caring and Sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, different things like that. I would love to get involved with. And I would also, I think that's great things to take our kids to, for them to start getting involved in things like that also, and seeing that helping other people is, really what we're here to do, is to serve others, to help them grow closer to the Lord.
Very good. Thank you. We just wanted to get your input on that. Okay, so those were the questions that we had for the two of you, and so for a brief period of time now at the end, we'll turn the tables and allow you all to ask us any questions that you may have. I can do my best to answer them, or I may defer to somebody else on the committee if they have more knowledge than I do, because they probably do. So hopefully everybody's on their toes, because if I don't know the answer, I'll pass it off to you. But Jody or Jessica, are there any things that you are curious about, or any questions you'd like to ask us?
Well, I'll let Jessica start. She had a question, and I think that she just kind of started talking about it, so she might as well ask it.
It kind of goes along with that question that you just asked me, but I stay at home with our two kids, so I'm always curious about the children's ministry that Pine Tree offers, as well as the Mother's Day Out program.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was saying, how do other moms grow together and connect at Pine Tree?
Okay, well, let me try to address that best I can. We do have a Mother's Day Out program that meets Mondays and Wednesdays. That's, I think, for kids age 18 months to pre-K, so up through the year of going into kindergarten. It's 2 days a week. I know that there's also ladies' Bible class that meets on Tuesdays. I think that there's I've never attended, but from what I've seen, often there is a wide range of women that attend. Several older retired, more mature ladies. Let me not say older, but also several younger women that also have children that are in school, or maybe not even toddlers. So that's an area of involvement. On Tuesdays, there's ladies' Bible class. And then, like you said, we also have the children's ministry. We've got a full-time children's minister and a part-time children's minister as well, that are really active and have lots of programs, I would say, for kids at the church, but also kids outside of the church. I mean, obviously, we do things like Vacation Bible School. I would say maybe once a month or every other month or something like that. It may be a mother-son barbecue cookout. That's what was this past weekend. My wife and my 4-year-old went to that, and I think they had a lot of fun. But there's been, I'll just give examples: family blackout night, Star Wars night, just meeting at the family, or meeting with other families at the building for a couple hours, like on a Friday or a Saturday. I'm trying to think of other things that we're heavily involved in. Anybody else have anything you want to?
I'll pop in just
Contribute.
for a moment and say, so I've got a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, and my wife takes them to like story time on every other Thursday. The children's minister, Whitney, she does a story time for young kids.
Okay.
And she goes to the ladies' Bible class, and there are there's just a great group of core mothers that do get together, and they may just go out to eat from time to time, or after story time or something, maybe they'll get together. There's a lot of interaction between the moms, and from time to time my wife's phone will just be constantly chirping from all the text messages that they're all sending back and forth to each other. So there's a good community of mothers here.
And I'll piggyback off of that to where if several of you, other men who are about my age, the ladies do have what they call girls' night, which is significantly more frequently than man night. From what I've seen, frequently my wife will say, "Hey, can me and some of the girls from church on a Thursday night go eat at Panera Bread or go see a chick flick or a Disney movie that's come out that I really don't want to see or whatever." But I would say, this is just me speaking personally, one of the things that I love about Pine Tree is the commitment to young families, that there are a lot of young families under the age of 40, and I feel a connection with lots of them. So I think that is a plus for Pine Tree. And just to kind of go back what I was saying about, girls' night, that's something that happens quite often informally with just other ladies within the church. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Not a church sponsored event, but
just on the relationships.
Yes, just building relationships with other young mothers and other young ladies that are in the church. So I think that's a plus as well. But yes, there's lots of things with respect to the children within our children's ministry. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I have I'll just leave it at a couple of questions. I think you said I was thorough. I could probably ask a lot of questions, but I sort of picked y'all's brain a little bit when we were eating a few weeks ago in regards to the vision and then the 7 commitments that it was in the packet. I went back and listened to one of the podcasts, I think, where they initially proposed this to the church. So I guess sort of my overall question would, I think it's neat. It's really, really awesome how God works through different generations and how our churches are made up of 3 or 4 different generations, which means we have different experiences and probably different desires for what we want church to be and church to look like. So I admire the fact that y'all have gone through the process of casting a vision, proposing it to the church. You have these 7 commitments. So I guess my question may be, how has the response been across the different generations represented in your church? And then how would you see a preacher preaching into that vision, or what would you see the preacher's role in that?
Well, to my knowledge, the vision rollout was very successful, and to my knowledge, I don't think we received any kind of pushback from anyone with respect to, I guess, across generations. I would say that we are heavily promoting this intergenerational connection and bonding across multiple generations. One of the things I'll speak with coming from a deacon's lens, to where we've tried to funnel our ideas of missions and ministries that we're doing in the church, to try to funnel them through the vision, to where if it lines up with the 7 commitments, then let's do it. But if it doesn't, if we're doing it just because we've always done it, and if it just feeds us, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
okay, then maybe we need to reevaluate. And that's something that we're kind of in the process on. And we've met several, I don't know, a month or two ago, and analyzed a lot of the things that we're doing, and trying to funnel them through the vision. With respect to how do we view the preacher's role with respect to that, I would say that we would just want the preacher to, I guess, be, in my opinion, the biggest cheerleader and supporter, being the voice saying, hey, remember, these are one of the 7 things that we're about here at Pine Tree. And not to where every sermon you have to bring up a commitment, one of the 7 commitments in the vision, but just constantly have that on the minds of members within the church, to say, you know what, these are the things that we are committed to doing. And so I would just say to be the cheerleader extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Number 1 fan. Just always reminding us, hey, this is what we're about here at Pine Tree. But I would love to see what anybody else on the committee would say in response to that. If anybody else wants to comment.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if this thing was working or not. I would kind of echo what Matt said. Obviously, I think the pulpit presence by the preacher is gonna be the one that's going to be in front of the congregation as a whole the most. And obviously, we would like for him to be the lead cheerleader on that. And as also as Matt said, everything that we do, we want to filter through what that vision is. We actually have a team in place that is there to kind of monitor the stuff that we do to make sure that it goes through our vision.
Okay.
They haven't whacked anything yet. Hopefully they won't. But if they're there to see that's kind of carried through like that. And really, this our vision was kind of rolled out at the first of the year and then the last year, so we're really just kind of in the beginning stages of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we definitely kind of wanted to have it in place for when we have a new preacher, because that way he knows what we're about, knows where we're going, what we're trying to do, and he can kind of take that and hit the ground running with it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Well, I probably ask one more question if do we have time for one more, or is that?
Yeah, let's do one more. And
Okay.
I think I communicated with you today that we could do the same time next Monday, at least shoot for it. And so if you have maybe 1 or 2 other ones, maybe you could save those for next Monday, if that's okay.
Yeah, but we have time for one more now, or do you mean?
Yeah. Go. Let's go one more, and then we'll try to wrap it up before 9 o'clock.
Okay. Well, this one kind of follows what I was just asking about the vision, but the Hope Network. I think Phil Ware is a partner with the Hope Network. I really highly respect what they do, and they work with a lot of churches. And I get a chance to see a lot of the guys that work for Hope Network or partner with Hope Network in different lectures and things like that. And I've heard them say over the last several years that a preacher's most important relationship in a church is going to be his relationship with the shepherd. And I've come to really believe that, especially here at Northridge, that it's hard to accomplish. Like if I want to do something, but the entire eldership is not on board with what we're doing, it kind of, I don't know, creates a bit of a divide, and people pick up on that, but not everybody's on board with it. And so as a result of that, I've tried, I now meet monthly, me and our youth minister, and all the other ministers are invited as well to meet monthly with the elders. I've tried to encourage that to be more of a time of discussion, prayer, and wherever else it would lead, and just to improve communication. We have a generational gap in between us. So I guess my question would be, how is the communication between the ministers and the shepherds, or the ministers and the church leaders at Pine Tree, and what would a preacher expect in that sense?
Well, I guess I can speak to that. All the ministers meet with the elders every month.
Okay.
The elders usually meet the first Tuesday of every month, and all the ministers are there also. Now, it's not required that they come. If they've got some other commitment that they've got to handle, they don't have to be there. But yes, we definitely encourage that. We've run into communication difficulties in the past, and we're not where we would like to be yet, but we definitely are trying to push that a whole lot better than we have in the past. And I think when Richie was here, I think we had a real good relationship with him. He could tell us stuff maybe that we didn't want to hear, but we needed to hear, and that kind of thing. And so I think meeting with the elders, I think you would be able to pour your heart out to them with any kind of I don't know, whatever might be bothering you, or whatever you might like, whatever you'd like to share. Or you may see us dropping the ball a little bit. I can say for myself, I have absolutely no problem with that, and I would encourage you or whoever it might be, whatever minister, if they see us dropping the ball on something, let us know. We put our britches on one leg at a time, just like everybody else.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Well, those are my two main questions. Jessica's question. We'll leave it at that. Probably could ask some more next week, but yeah. Thank you for the answers. Appreciate it.
Sure. Thanks, Neil, for fielding that question. If it's okay with y'all, for next Monday at 8:00, if that's okay, and we'll do something very similar to this right here. We might ask you just one or two questions. We'll see. And if y'all have any other questions that y'all would like to think about over the next week that you would like to ask us, that would be great too. We would just ask you to continually be in prayer for this over the next week. All 14, 15 of us are going to be, as well as we talk with y'all and with other candidates as well. That just God would direct this entire process. And we're very grateful for the time that y'all have given to us, and we're just excited and impressed about all the stuff that y'all been doing at Northridge, and we're just asking God's guidance during this time for us here at Pine Tree.
We'll definitely continue to be in prayer about this and for you guys, and I think next week should work. It was Addie commented that it was still morning when I was putting her to bed tonight. I told her just to ignore the daylight, but it worked. They went to sleep. So
well, good. All right, Doug, if you don't mind, would you close us in a prayer, and then I guess that will officially conclude our session this evening.
Sure. Father God, we are grateful for this day and for all the blessings that we've received from you. We know that you are continually creating, and we acknowledge that you've not stopped doing your work. We pray, Lord, that we would all be fertile ground, and that you would be working in us, and that we want to be fruitful in your kingdom. I pray that you would bless Jody and Jessica, and bless their marriage, bless their ministry. Give them the endurance that they need to keep working for your kingdom. Lord, we pray that you would give us all wisdom as we're trying to figure out your will and what you have in mind for our church. And Jody and Jessica are praying the same thing, Lord. We pray that you would give us clarity and that you would open doors and close doors as you see fit. Thank you for being our Father, for loving us so deeply. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank
you.
y'all.
Bye, Jessica.
Bye.
Y'all
See you
have a
next
good
week.
night.
All right.
Okay.
You too.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Good night.
Hey, Nick, what are you doing in my house?
It
It looks like my room.
does.